Hello, my name is Nicole Sifford and I'll be doing a report on the history of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books for Miss Christina Norman's English 1012 class. The history of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles started out very humbly in Dover, New Hampshire, November 1983. The creators, Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, started out to be a one-shot book, just to have fun and to make a comic. They also wanted to try their hand in the same field as some of their heroes, like Jack Kirby and Frank Miller. Peter Laird wrote a letter to his brother to tell him about their idea for some karate reptiles that they come up with. Kevin was the first one to draw a Ninja Turtle with nunchucks, well, draw a turtle with nunchucks strapped to its arms, and he called it the Ninja Turtle. But Peter said, wouldn't it be better to call it a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And that's where they got the name for those. The name for their main villain come about when Kevin was fiddling around with a cheese grater while washing dishes, and they decided to call the main villain the Shredder. They decided to name the Turtles after Renaissance artists instead of Japanese names because it'd be easier for the American readers. So that's how they got their names. Although they spelled Michelangelo wrong with 2 A's, and then later in 2003 they fixed it. Let's see. The first black and white issue was published in May of 1984, and it wasn't long until Kevin and Peter began their publishing company, Mirage Studios. Their first books being Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and several micro issues, with different issues being about a different turtle each time. When the comic becomes so popular, Kevin and Peter had to start letting other artists draw the books for them. So that made it have quite a diverse look, since different artists got to do different issues of the comic. The comics had 2 volumes to it, and then in 1988 Archie Comics got a license to do it and started out a series that was based on the cartoon at the time. It was very lighthearted and kiddie, and then after a while though it started to veer off into its own direction, where the turtles started acting more like their original darker selves, especially Raphael, who become more brooding and angsty than in the cartoon version. He even got a girlfriend named Ninjara, or called Umiha, who would join in on their adventures until the very last issue. So that was a new mutant type character added in. After the Archie Comics was ended because of some issues with its topics on religion, the environment, and relationships and stuff like that, another volume of the original come out, volume 3, but it was done by Image instead of Mirage. It was much darker, and a lot of the turtles all of the turtles went through changes, except for probably Michelangelo, who wasn't quite as bad as the rest of the group. Raphael ended up losing an eye and getting half of his face disfigured. Leonardo lost a hand. Donatello fell from a plane and was paralyzed, almost died, but was fused with a sentient robot so that he could live, and so he became an android. And that's about the major change. Oh, and Master Splinter, their father figure type, become a giant bat creature, but before the end of the series he was reverted back to his normal self. Later, after Mirage got the rights for the comic back, they decided that Volume 3 no longer was canon, so Volume 4 picked up where Volume 2 left off, and everything went back to the way it was. None of the whole android or any of the scarring or lost limbs remained. It was all just picked up from Volume 2. It continues to go on today, even though since they sold the rights to Nickelodeon, Peter Laird's been given permission to do at least 18 comics a year, but he hasn't continued with it yet. IDW has also gotten a license to do a Ninja Turtles comic book, and it'll be coming out this month, August 2011, with help from Kevin Eastman and some more writers. And really, that's it. All I can really think of at this moment for this, and thank you for watching. Bye!